Still doing it.
Yeah.
We're still doing it. So anyway, you're watching both mics. You're listening to both mics on mixlr.com. And you're probably listening to us, I don't know, one of a million places. Hopefully you'll check out our websites, bothmics.com. And we also have another one for local events, What's Hot in Florida. And you can check us out on Facebook and YouTube as well. So how was your week?
Hey, well, good. All is good. Working, doing the 9 to 5.
All right, tell that story again about what you were doing on your property, old man.
Oh. Yeah. Well, where I live, I back up to a lake, but I have a what they call a preservation area. And it's just full of trees, and it's basically swamp and old knocked down trees, probably a kind of like a circle, but a peninsula about 250 feet. And I tore my back up like you wouldn't believe over the weekend. Just trimming trees back. I want to claim as much of someone else's property as I can. A lot of my grass goes onto, like, I guess, a common area, and I was trimming back trees.
Kids in your neighborhood? Can't you find like a 12-year-old and give them $5?
Yeah, I could, but I'm the worst with that. You know, why should I pay someone money for something that I can do? The fact that I sit behind a desk for 40 hours a week, and my commute consists of a traffic jam in the hallway,
nice.
The bathroom, right by the bathroom. It gets real rubberneck there.
Perfect.
Yeah, so the only exercise I get is stupid shit like this, going out in the backyard, cutting the grass, trimming trees. So I got the lopping shears out there, and real good ones. They cut real big branches, and I piled them all up. You know, it's like coming home from the grocery store. I'm making one trip from the trunk to the house. I'm making one trip from the backyard to the curb. I pile it all up. I just freaking, you know, how much can it weigh? And I'm pulling, and I'm like, I feel it coming on, you know, burning a little bit. Get some good exercise. I'm gonna pull this all the way, probably 300 feet from the backyard to the curb, because we get free pickup, or it's included with something, with us. So I get it all the way out to the street, and I'm like, that don't feel good. Yeah, that don't feel good at all. A couple hours go by, and I'm like, my back is just killing me. Usually it's just on the left side, but that day, it was all across my back. Everything hurt. I felt like Popeye. You ever feel like you're bloated from doing too much or overexerting yourself?
Yeah, not lately, but yeah. I did at one point in my life.
Right. I
remember people, almost.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, you know, like whenever I feel like working out, I just lay down until the feeling goes away.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly. So what else is going on? Did you go anywhere this week besides the traffic jam in the hallway?
No, didn't even make it to the grocery store this week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing how this is going on. Like, it's normal to stay home all the time.
Yeah, well, that's not good, I don't think, for most people. I mean, you think about, you know, we're a socialized mechanism, and you can't change that to be an online. I mean, the online social stuff is a complete different thing. So it's not like interacting with, you know, people. You know, I find it fascinating where we've come from just when we were in high school to where we are now. You know, if you had told me, I would have been able to have music, movies, TV, and everything in this thing in my pocket that had 10 times, if not 100 times more power than they had in the first space missions to the moon.
Yeah. And you can't live without it.
Yeah, no,
that's the thing.
Yeah. No, I can't believe it. I refuse to keep buying a new phone. Like, I was going through one like every 18 months. So I figured out that I would just buy the insurance, and every 18 months just claim it on the insurance. I get like a newer phone for $100.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a smart way to like lease a phone, you know, because they're always coming out with the better and the newer. I can't keep up.
I have no need to keep up. You know, it was like when apps started first coming out, everybody's putting apps on their phone, and they're putting Candy Crush on their phone. Not me. No. Because I had no real use for stuff like that.
Right.
And I would go through a phone probably every 3 to 4 years. I would say since 2010 this is my third phone. This one here. And the only reason I had to give up my phone and go to another phone is because either the data was full or they didn't support that particular phone anymore. They weren't giving you updates. So then you were getting all kinds of crap in your phone and things weren't working. But the one thing I do with my phone is, you can see I have an OtterBox.
Yeah.
They're warranted. It's supposed to be a lifetime warranty, but it's warranted for a certain amount of time. Then they prorate your warranty. So what I do,
damage to the box itself or the phone?
The phone too, I think.
Oh, really?
I've never had to worry about it. Because,
well, I've got an OtterBox, but my phone is all broken on the back. That's what I'm asking.
Well, the thing is I like the little nerd clip it comes with. I put it on my belt. And this way, I'm not sitting on my phone. I'm not jamming it in my pocket. It's always on my left hip.
Do you have a pocket protector too?
Yes, with pens in it.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
No, but I have yet to crack a screen. I have yet to break a phone. And when I get it, about 6 months later, I'll write down the date I buy it. 6 months later, I get a hold of OtterBox, say, hey, my OtterBox ain't working. My clip broke. My this broke. And they'll send you a whole new one.
So let me ask you something. On your other hip, are you carrying the Leatherman? That little handy tool?
No, dude, I can't.
Hey, what do you need? A Phillips there? What do you need? A regular? Hold on, I got it right here. Let me fold this up here.
You need a nose hair? Let me clip that for you.
I got that.
Yeah. No, I'm not one to wear pocket knives, all that crap. Nope. But I prefer to have my phone there than jammed in my back. Where do you carry your phone?
I just carry it, or it's in my pocket. One of the two. It's in my pocket arm. Well, if I'm out somewhere, I'm gonna keep it in my hand for two reasons. One, safety and protection, and the other is in case somebody's trying to get a hold of me. And my newest thing now is when somebody calls, do you have those filters on your phone where it'll say like scam likely or robo? Yeah. My favorite thing is I pick up the phone when it says that, and I'll wait a second till the operator clicks on. But usually it's a robocall, and if they hear your voice, they'll put somebody through.
Right.
I'll go, hey, the job's done. And then I'll wait till they get on, and I'll repeat that. I'll go, hey, job's done. There's blood everywhere. Send in a cleaner. And I'll hang up. Or I'll be like, hey, I'm at the drop. There's no money. You're dead. But there is a company out there. I think it's called RoboKiller, and what they do is they and this is not a paid advertisement at all, but this is they'll answer the phone in a fun and exciting way. They'll start talking about how, hold on, I'm just fishing here. Hold on. Oh my God, I got a bite. And they'll start reeling in a fish. And oh my gosh, it's a shark. He's eating my cousin's hand. And
like the old fartogram.
Yeah, no, I don't know what that is.
Oh God, they would be like, hi, I found this phone and it had your name as the contact. And then it would pause. And the person would be like, blah, blah, blah. Were you at the White Swallow last night?
Oh, no.
Yeah. But hey, what if you come down, I can meet you in the bathroom stall, third stall on the right. And then it would be like, it'd be like fartogram.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I missed that one. I do know, though, getting off on another tangent here, you can send someone a bag of dicks. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Bag of dicks.
It's real, and it's anonymous. It's like $25. It's pretty good. I thought about doing it, but then the people I would want to send that to, I'm not sure if I want to spend $25 on them.
Right? They're not worth it.
I can't. I'm not there to see their expression on their face. I don't have them wondering who sent this and why. No, I don't have that. So,
but talking about apps now with my phone, you almost can't live without an app. I have one for Publix. I have one for Home Depot. I have one Lowe's. Every restaurant rewards all kinds of stuff. And then there's this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't live without that. You can't do a podcast without the air horn.
Yes. No, you're right. That's perfect. My brother had a little app on his phone, and we were over at my other brother's house. And I'm not going to give up their name. Well, I'll give up their names, Brian and Jay. And one of them had, Jay had this app on his phone, and Brian's girlfriend was was tearing him up about something stupid in the kitchen or something. So my brother takes his phone and slings it like that, and it makes a whip sound like whoosh.
Didn't you have that at one point?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because
that's where I got it. That's where I found it. I was like,
I think I've been on the receiving end of that a couple times from you. Yeah. Thanks, friend.
Yeah, no, that's what you do. That's what it's about. That's what we do. All right, so we got about, what do we got here? I think we got 10 minutes. I don't know. Hang on, let me look at the calendar here. Make sure. No, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. We can relax. No worry. So this weekend's going to be wet, and we're going to talk about the Super Bowl later because that's in Florida. But are you going to be? Do you care?
Yes and no. You know, granted, my team is the Giants, and we know how well they've been doing since 2012. But yeah, I'm a Bucks fan, just for the fact that I lived in Central Florida, now in Northern Florida. It was Team Jersey Day at my kids' school, so they both wore Jaguars attire to school today.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's if it was normal, I would consider like going down and just getting in with the fanfare and whatnot, because I know they do a lot of stuff outside of the stadium during this past week. You know what they're doing now, I don't know, and I have no plans on making it down there. So
yeah, well, they should have a good team coming up here. It looks like they're got the number 1 pick. They're going to pick a quarterback, the guy from Clemson probably. So they're a loaded team pretty much already. So you're there at the right time for Jaguar football. But that's another story.
Yeah, it was abysmal year, you know, because with Jacksonville being 20 minutes north, it plays every Sunday. You know, it's strange seeing one team every week. You know, in San Antonio it wasn't that way. Orlando it wasn't that way. New York, yes, we got the Giants at 1 o'clock and we got the Jets at 4 o'clock, or vice versa. But we got to see every game. Being able to see every game for a team that is just
well, and you don't. And this year was different because of COVID, but a lot of times Jacksonville has a hard time drawing fans. So what they'll do is in your market, you won't be able to see the game. If it's a home game and it's not a sold out stadium or a certain percent sold out, you ain't seeing the game. You're not seeing the game.
This year, I think every game was shown.
Yeah, no, it was because of the COVID thing. They were like, well, we can't have people here, so we're just going to go on TV.
Wow. Yeah, it was a big stadium, though. Nice stadium.
No, this stadium's nice. They got a concert type hall thing they put right next to it. Like when I say right next to it, that was the idea. I went there for a draft party one time, and in that area, I forget what they call it, but it's actually like, I don't know, it probably seats about 5,000, 4,000 maybe. Right next to it.
Is it on the east side of it, right by the river?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that and assumed it was like Giant Stadium where they have their practice facility right next door.
Yeah, no, they have concerts there. So instead of like, not everybody's going to sell out the 80,000 seat stadium.
Right.
You know, they'll have a nice, you know, it's almost like it's almost like the place in Tampa there, the amphitheater. It's almost like, you know, a small amphitheater, but it was cool. I was there for a draft party and I had VIP access. I was right up front. It was really cool. I got to hang out with players and all that stuff, but I could picture seeing a concert there, and I've had the opportunity to go, but it just didn't work out for one reason or the other. So I'm interested to see a concert there. Definitely. We'll have to get together for a show there.
Yeah. Dude, I live that far from 95, you know? Nope. And they're building a Bucky's there, right on my exit, right on 95. Well, being from Texas, I know what it is. Not being from Texas, living in Texas, I know what it is. It is a convenience store, the size of Winn-Dixie. It's 50,000 square feet convenience store. They have every variety of beef jerky you can imagine. Every candy that you ever saw at a Stuckey's, they have there. Beer, wine. They have. They're also known for their bathrooms. immaculate clean bathrooms, and there's probably 50 stalls, literally, and like little red lights and green lights to tell if someone's in the crapper or not. Place is spotless. The place is gigantic, and their mascot is a beaver, little Bucee beaver. Yeah, Google it. It's bizarre, and it's kind of like a truck stop, but there's no semis allowed.
Nice.
So like people in the neighborhood were complaining, "Oh my God, they're building a truck stop!"
Yeah.
104 gas pumps.
Wow.
104. Yeah, it's big. It's big. It's like, yeah, Costco big.
All right, so I have to ask you because I had an immediate flashback to when you said 50 bathrooms, 50 stalls in a bathroom. My son and I many years ago were on a road trip. We were on 75, either heading to Georgia or from Georgia. I don't know, but we were on 75 and we're at the rest stop in Georgia. I remember it was in Georgia. And we go to the rest stop, and it was a lot bigger than it looked from the outside. I was like, wow, this place is like 3 times as big as I thought it was from the outside. So I don't think nothing of it. I walk up to the urinal, I take care of business. My son's at another urinal, he takes care of business. We go to wash our hands, there's one sink. I asked him if he touched anything because I was afraid that not a lot of people would even see the sink, the one sink. Right. So are they going to have 50 sinks? That's what I'm asking you.
I would say there's probably half that. I would say probably 30 sinks. But yeah, it's just gigantic, I would say. And there's 2 sides to it, you know. And they actually have art on the walls as you walk into the bathroom for sale. And they have like all kinds of strange coolers and windmills and stuff for sale. Big bags of ice, like 20-pound bags of ice for 99 cents. They have every possible flavor soda on a fountain that you can imagine.
Wow.
And and their Bucee Beaver is the.
But they don't make sandwiches and stuff like Wawa, right?
They do. And here's the thing: I've only known it from Texas. So they would make pulled pork, brisket, and all that, and they would make it right there, a little island in the middle, kiosk in the middle, with the heat lamps and whatnot. But they make it real quick, and they can make them to order if you want something special. Pickle, no pickle.
Pickle, no pickle. I like it.
Right. And in Florida, I don't know. Are they going to be doing brisket in Florida? I would say so.
I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know what else they can do. Mahi tacos. I mean, what?
Right. Cuban sandwiches.
Oranges. You're having orange.
Right. Fresh squeezed orange juice. Yeah, but and the thing is, they have like 6 registers, and it's always packed with people. The lines are never long, so they're pretty quick with it. And it's like Texas's version of south of the border. It's a place that everybody stops just because it's there, you know. And gas was pretty cheap, you know. It was a little bit below normal, but 104 pumps. A lot of real estate.
That sounds big. It sounds huge.
Yeah, it is huge. And for a convenience store, it's huge. The other thing is the wages. Now, I'm looking back when I bought my Mustang back in 2016. We stopped in, and like regular employees were making $15 an hour. So 5 years ago, $15 an hour is what they were paying. And of course, it goes up from there for managers, store managers, overnight managers.
Well, it goes to show you, you're going to get a better quality employee at those rates. You're going to have the more people to choose from because more people are going to want to get paid well. And then when you find one, they're probably going to want to stick with you and grow. And but you're not going to see the kid fresh out of high school working at that place unless his dad's the boss or something like that, because they're not going to. This is my argument with the whole $15 an hour thing. Everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing." I get it, but let me ask you something. I did this to my nephew and my niece. They're making a little less than that at Publix right now. And they're like, "Oh, this is going to be great because I'm going to get a raise." I said, "Yeah, so is the kid at high school who's never worked or busted his butt before, slinging a mop, taking groceries, doing all the gross stuff, cleaning the bathrooms. And he's going to get the same money as you are. And you've been here for 2 years doing this stuff, right?"
Right.
There, right? So, I mean, I get it. I want people to make a living wage, but I don't think you're going to get a raise by another $2-3 an hour because the people below you are getting a raise. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, and people would think that, like I'm making X amount of money. Well, minimum wage is $7, now it's 15. Well, that's $8. Everybody's going to get an $8
No.
raise.
Yeah,
No.
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 And as a matter of fact, we're not bringing a machine to do your job. And those other 3 people, 2 of them are going to be gone next week. So that's pretty much. Have you been inside of McDonald's lately?
No.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what it is. They have the tall order boards, and they have like 3 of them. So there's like 6. There's one on each side. And when you walk in, they have a cash register for the old guy who wants his cup of coffee from the girl at the counter or whatever. But it's amazing to me because you do everything right there. You pay there and everything. They give you a number, and the only time you have an exchange with an employee at McDonald's is when they go 636, and you're like, well, welcome to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Well,
believe it or not, the McDonald's at Route 27 and I-4 in Davenport had something like that back in 2005.
Oh, wow.
But it was just an order kiosk. It wasn't a pay kiosk. And then they took it away. So I guess it was a kind of experimental thing.
Well, they probably did that test on it for fecal matter. No, I'm serious.
Nice.
They test those all the time, the screen, and they come back way off the charts positive with fecal matter every time. So stay away from those convenient solutions.
And my phone too.
Yeah, right. Well,
because what's the bathroom for?
Yeah, no, I'm not that guy. I can't do that. Here's my thing. I'm afraid I'm going to be getting done, and I'm going to wipe with the wrong hand, and then I'm going to have a crappy phone. I don't need that.
Right.
Aggravation I don't need.
Right. But Bucee is opening February 22nd, and they're out there tearing up the road, trying to make the road bigger, night and day, because I guess they're behind schedule on the roads.
So how far is this from your house?
Dude, it is not even a mile.
Nice.
Not even a mile. I can walk there with my bum knee.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what Lisa and I do on occasion is we'll get the lobster bisque from Wawa. And I know it sounds funny. It's like getting sushi at a gas station, right? You don't normally hear about that. So anyway, they rotate their soups out, and they'll have soup. And one of the soups on a certain Friday or something is the lobster bisque. So I was like, yeah, I'll try it. So then we tried it again, but we stopped at Aldi and picked up these little lobster tails for like $10. They were like $5 a pop. And take that home, throw it in the oven, cut that thing up, throw it in with the bisque. Oh my God. That was the bomb. Now it was a little expensive. It was a little pricey, but it was like instant. It was good. It was perfect.
Yeah. We had T-bone steak for dinner tonight.
Nice.
Little barbecue grill. And I'll make a run to like Winn-Dixie when they have good steak sales, buy one get one type stuff. Throw them in the freezer, freeze them up, and pull them out. And of course, I give the wife and the kids. I'll make 2 of them. I'll make the wife and kids. I'll have the fillet part, and I'll have the freaking New York strip part, just because I want to hear them complain.
Right. No, so is there like a meat store up there that you go to, or no? You just go to a regular grocery store?
Yeah, there's butchers around because, like, for Christmas, I wanted to do a prime rib, and I was looking at the butchers, and I was at Costco one day. I'm like, I'm here. I'll just get one at Costco. It was good quality. I got a 9-pounder. I was looking for like 6 or 7 pounds, and I figured, I'll just cut it, and I'll throw the other 3 pounds in the freezer, and it's still sitting there. So I got to defrost it. But yeah, if you ever want to try something good, and it's actually it turned out a lot better than I thought it was gonna, do a prime rib. Do a rib roast. You take butter and you lather it up with butter. You throw it in there. If it's like a 5-pounder, you cook it at 500 degrees for 25 minutes, and then you turn the heat off and don't open the stove, and you just let it sit in the stove for 2 hours, and it's perfect. After a roast. So yeah. How was Christmas dinner this year?
Well, good. Now, do you have a smoker? Do you smoke meats?
No, I don't think I could be able to do something like that. I'd forget about it and be like a week later, be like, oh fuck,
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. You'd be making jerky then, I guess. A whole prime rib into beef jerky. That's funny. You're listening to Both Mics. You can reach us at bothmics.com. You can reach us at what'shotinflorida.com. And right now, we're going to switch over here to our other thing that we kind of do. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that.
Where are you going?
Totally off the air. Wow, no, I want to do that. Hold on. There I am.
Yeah,
I got smaller.
Right? You're like an old school TV.
Yeah, that's not good.
At least you're not black and white.
Yeah, right. Do you know my son confided in me not long ago? He said that when he was when he was younger, and he would see something like on TV, like an old movie like that. Whoa! Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, hang on. Hang on. I'm trying to get it to happen. What happened there? This is not good. All right. What did I do? Yeah, that's not good. All right. Let's try this one more time here. Let's try this. Let's go this way. And wow. I'm glad wow. I have really screwed the pooch on this one. There I am. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't like the size though. People that are listening to the podcast part are like, what are they doing? Why aren't they talking? Right? Be funny, podcast, man. Be funny. Anyway, we came back with no music. That's all right, whatever. But I am switching over here because I want to talk about the Super Bowl. I know we're not a sports type thing, but it is happening in Florida. It's pretty big news. Florida team in it. First time a home team that's hosting the Super Bowl is going to be in the Super Bowl. And it's freaking Tom Brady, who's making his 10th Super Bowl appearance, and 9 of them he's won 6. And 2 of them he lost because Eli Manning threw lucky passes. So
lucky?
Yeah, well, no, I get it. I was there off the side of your helmet, and yeah, no, anyway, I wasn't there at the game. What I meant was I remember it, but I saw there's prop bets. You know what a prop bet is?
Proposition bet, I'm sure. Yeah. Is that like how long the Star Spangled Banner will take to sing?
Exactly.
Yeah. Who will win the coin toss?
Yeah. So I have
what color Gatorade will be thrown on the coach?
I have a bunch of them here, but I have some that just aren't making sense. So I'm gonna go over them here.
I'll straighten it out for you. I'll settle it. I'll figure it out for you.
Do you know who Jay Sullivan or E. Church is?
No.
Yeah, apparently they're the 2 people that are teaming up to play the national anthem. I don't know what that means. I don't know.
My first guess was going to be those are the 2 guys that went to the barber and caught some COVID.
Yeah.
No, that's not them?
No, that's funny though, because it's not funny. You know, and I think they got to get through one more round of testing. I think today or tomorrow morning, one more round of testing to find out who's eligible and who's not eligible to play. But here's the over-under on the national anthem, okay? 119.5 seconds. That's
0.5?
Yeah. So do you think it's going to be just under 2 minutes or just over 2 minutes, basically?
I think it's typically under 2 minutes.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Unless it's like... one of them women who's got to do one of those.
Whoa, save. Yeah. Got the runs.
When you're at a Super Bowl party, there's always that guy standing by the TV with his pocket watch there, timing it because he's got money on the national anthem. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah.
You can bet on the coin toss, heads or tails, obviously.
Right.
Ironically, 5 of the last 6 years have been tails, whatever that means.
I always pick tails. As a kid, Dad's like, okay, you and your sister, heads or tails. I always pick tails, or I always wanted to pick tails. But so did she, so it was a matter of who yelled out first.
Well, I don't think your hair was long enough for pigtails, was it? Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you. Will any scoring drive take less time than the national anthem?
Wow, like a run back.
Yeah, well, no, like the Chiefs punt to the Bucks, and the Bucks take 3 plays to score, or 2 plays to score, or 1 play to score.
It's not actual time clock time.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I like the one. Will the first score be a safety? And that actually happened one year.
I've played that year after year, and the one year I didn't play it, that's what happened. They had a safety, and a safety was the first score of the game. So it was like 20-1 that there would be a safety, and then it was like 45 or 60-1 that the safety would be the first score of the game. And that it was the year I didn't play it, of course, but
yeah, because it's a chump bet.
Yeah, well, for $20, you know, if you got 20s, if your 20s are burning a hole in your, that's not a wager for a man of my stature. That's a wager for a man of your stature, Mike. I can't afford to do things like that.
You think? I got $40 cash in my pocket right now. And that's because my wife went to the ATM. That's what I did this week. I went to the ATM.
Nice. Nice. Which team will score first? Which team do you think will score first? Kansas City or Tampa Bay?
I'm going with Tampa.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We should write these down. Are we writing these down?
I'm sure my intern's got it. He's had to run back to the sales department real quick, and then he's got to stop off at IT, and he's got to go through production and design, and then past the studio. So he'll be back in a minute, but I'm sure he'll get it. All right. What will the first score of the game be? Touchdown, field goal, safety?
Field goal.
I see that. Will there be a penalty called in the first quarter?
No.
All right, who is this? Amanda Gorman. She's going to be doing a poem, okay? What will the first word of Amanda Gorman's poem be? Will it be the word super, the word pandemic, the word hero, or any other word?
First word of the actual speech or the actual poem?
That's what they say.
Okay, it'd be any other word. Probably like a or the.
Yeah, well, if you're going to give me the field of like 50 jillion words, or pick one of these 3, I'm going to take the 50 jillion words.
Right.
That's kind of funny.
Say if it was the first word mentioned in her poem.
Yeah, added
different
or whatever. No, but it's giving you an other. So I guess I need to get online and go bet other on this one. All right, here you go. Over or under 5.5 million Instagram followers for Gorman by halftime? Question mark. Is that over or under? Is she gonna hit 5.5 million? I guess number one, I'd have to be on Instagram to care. Number two, I guess I'd have to be like a 7th grade girl to care. I don't know who this person is. This has nothing to do with football. What are we doing?
Yeah, I have no idea. Is that the person who's reciting the poem?
Yes, apparently it's their poem.
Now, here's the thing. There's been a lot of talk. There's some kind of, at the inaugurations, there's some kind of literary something or other that recites a poem at every inauguration. I think this might be the girl who did it a couple weeks ago at the Biden inauguration. That's why else would there be any kind of hype out of someone reciting a poem at the freaking Super Bowl?
And that's what I was thinking too. I was trying to figure it all out. But I wanted to, before I forget, before I let it get away from me, make sure you visit the Facebook page, What's Hot in Florida. We also have pages set up, and I have websites set up to adopt all the small communities we're servicing right now, and pretty much through the entire state of Florida. For instance, we got What's Hot in Lake County, What's Hot in Mount Dora, What's Hot in the Villages, What's Hot in First Coast, St. Augustine, Central Florida, Orlando. Yep. So check out all those places.
Moving across Florida. That's our logo right there.
What's that?
And our logo is right there.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So check us out at What's Hot in Florida, and of course our sister part to this, both mics. And I was trying to think of a fancy tagline for that. We'll have to talk about that later. But I was something when both mics, like if it was a T-shirt on the front, it would say both mics, and on the back it'd say, because two would be just obnoxious. No, I mean I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
That's actually good. I like that because we both are kind of obnoxious when we get together.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not on 10 people. If you think this is obnoxious now.
Yeah, throw a few adult beverages in the mix there and give us a night without any handcuffs. And I don't mean by the law, I meant by our wives. That's what I meant. Yeah, we'll leave that one there. Will there be a penalty called in the first quarter of the Super Bowl? So in the first 5% of the game.
Yeah, no, you asked me that one, and that was a no, because I don't know, I just noticed commentators saying like later on in the game, and we have our first penalty.
All right,
so I guess
and who's going to be leading at halftime? Kansas City or Tampa?
I'm gonna say Tampa.
All right, I like it. What color will The Weeknd be wearing when first seen? What color jacket will First of all, I didn't know who The Weeknd was. I didn't know if that was a guy, a group, a movement. I didn't know I thought it was Saturday and Sunday, but apparently it's a guy.
Correct. Yeah, and actually this weekend is also Monday because it's a holiday went on.
Nice.
Yeah, from what I know, The Weeknd is a African American rapper of some sort. I'm gonna say he's gonna come out in all white, even with like a white fedora.
Well, that is one of the options here. They give you 6 options here: black, red, purple, white, blue, or other. So you picked white.
Yeah.
Let's see. What song will The Weeknd perform for? Now, these are things you can actually go online and bet on.
Yeah.
I would think somebody knows this information, though. Like, somebody knows what the first song's going to be.
Right.
By now.
And that's the thing I was wondering, too. Like, in this day and age, can I Google what's The Weeknd going to wear at Super Bowl? And will, like, a picture pop up,
I don't know. What song will The Weeknd perform first? Now, I don't know any of these others, but I know one song, and I'll tell you which one I know.
Is Welcome to the Jungle one of them?
Who?
Welcome to the Jungle, is that a choice?
No, I don't know that one. No, The Weeknd does not know that one. Blinding Lights, Save Your Tears, Pray for Me, or Can't Feel My Face. Or you can go with other. Here's a better question. So which one will he perform first?
What's the second one?
Save Your Tears.
No. You'd have to say him again.
Nice. I'm gonna Blinding Lights, Save Your Tears, Pray for Me, or Can't Feel My Face.
Can't Feel My Face.
Yeah, I've heard that song. Have you heard that song?
No.
It's a couple years old already, but yeah. You know what? Let me see if I can do what they big time people do when they're doing this stuff right. Let me see if I can pull that one up for us on the old thing here. Hang on. You can go ahead and talk about The Weeknd. I don't care.
The Weeknd.
Pull this off, yeah.
Can't Feel My Face. Is that what I said? Can't Feel My Face? Is that what because I'm writing these down.
Yeah, no, that's the name of the song.
Can't Feel My Face. Feel. I guess that's good enough.
Come on.
Oh, hey, commercials.
I'm not going to allow them to have commercials on my show without paying for them, even though I'm using their information for free without paying them.
Right. You see, I got my Tom and Dan.
I see. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. By the way, we are going to have merchandise. I don't want you to think that that's not going to happen. It's in the works. I've already got that going on, too. So it's going to be a matter of time. Let me ask you this. What will the weekend perform last? There's some new choices here. There's two new choices. It's either Blinding Lights, Save Your Tears, In Your Eyes, or Starboy.
The first one.
Yeah, I'm like, who cares? Oh, here we go. Will Drake, Doja Cat, or Ariana Grande appear with The Weeknd? I feel like I need that button from Homer going, who?
Right? I don't know. Whichever one hasn't shown up at a Super Bowl previously.
I don't think any of them are going to be there. I think it's all hype and garbage.
Right.
Okay, so Tom Brady's wife, you know who that is?
Giselle something? Maybe?
Giselle Bundchen.
Okay. Supermodel.
Supermodel. She makes more money or as much money as he does as an international model.
Which is
or
a
one
shame.
time she did.
Right.
So you know they're rolling deep. Listen to this. There's a line on whether they show how many times they show her on TV. And
really up in the
it's
in the press box?
1.5. So if they show her twice, you win.
So it's over under, yeah.
1.5.
They'll show her at least twice.
That's what I'm thinking.
If they got she's up in the press box and they got a good shot of her, yeah, they'll show her.
Yeah, or when they win or when they score a touchdown or something.
Yep.
Will the team that scores last win the game?
I think most of the time, that's hard to say. I'm going to say yes on that one.
Oh, here we go. What color Gatorade will be dumped on the winning coach?
I'm saying orange.
Yeah, I have choices if you want, but the orange is one of the choices. There's clear or water. There's red or pink. Those are together, clear or water. And it's ironic because Clearwater is right down the road from Tampa. Red or pink, one choice. Then blue. Then yellow, lime, or green are one choice. Then orange. Then other or none. Will there be no Gatorade? And you chose orange.
Yeah, orange. Second guess would be blue, but I'm going orange.
And again, here's one of those things. They're giving you two choices and then the field. They're giving you both quarterbacks. Who will win Super Bowl MVP? Mahomes, Brady, or other? I'm going to take other. I mean, I get it. You know, the quarterback normally wins it. I get it. But I'll go with the field. I'll go with the 104 other guys on the field. How about that?
Right.
You can have that one. I'll take 100 more over here.
Has there ever been someone on the losing team win MVP?
Geez, I think that's happened, but I don't know. I need to look that one
Yeah,
up.
for some reason I think that happened too.
Well, hang on. Let me get the intern involved on this. Hold on.
Look, I found another pixie stick.
Has a losing team. Wait. Has a Super Bowl. Oh, and by the way, we're not allowed to say the word Super Bowl. I don't know if you knew that. We were not supposed to be saying that.
The big game.
Yeah. 2012, Roger Goodell sent me a cease and desist for using the word Super Bowl on my radio program. So what I did the next show was I went like 30 minutes with saying Super Bowl in every sentence. Like,
seriously?
Everything I said or did had the word Super Bowl in it. It was great.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. It was great.
Awesome. That's awesome.
As the Super Bowl had an MVP from a losing team. Let's see here. See, my intern Google here can find that for me. Yeah, it doesn't appear that that's the case. So
really,
I don't see one popping up. Here we go. Oh yeah, you want to hear something? Oh wait, one more. There's one more I want to get to here. There's one more. Will the Super Bowl MVP? Who will they thank first? Will it be God, their teammates, family, coaches, or other?
I'm going to say God.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. What do they got? You know, when they score that touchdown and they do one of those, you know.
Well,
when they do a fumble, they never go.
Yeah, well, it was my nightmare when I was, I have a son. He's grown up out of the house, married, on the road, doing his thing. You know, God bless him. Went to school, bright kid. Went to college, got his degree, worked while he was going to college, was on there on a Bright Future scholarship, did all these things. But there was a while he was trajecting to go to college, but as a quarterback. And we'd go to camps all over throughout the summer. We'd practice throwing the ball in the yard, and we would play Madden, the video game, to teach him how to read defenses, which is something that kids don't normally get to learn. Bright kid, so he was able to facilitate all that and use all that knowledge on the field, and he could throw the ball country mile. I mean, it was just everything. So it didn't. He decided not to play football, and that's another whole story. But I used to have this recurring nightmare that we would go to these camps. We would play Madden on rainy days in the house or on a hot day in the summer, and we'd throw the ball in the yard, and we'd talk football all the time, and we'd go to football games. And finally, one day, he'll be playing in the NFL, and he's going to score his first touchdown. He's going to spike the ball and turn right into the camera and go, "Hi, Mom." I really couldn't handle that very well. So that's that story. All right,
yeah.
So big of a tangent there, but there's a couple more interesting things here about the Super Bowl. Being the Super Bowl is in Florida, in the last 10 minutes or so here, I am going to continue to spout off about it. It's going to rain all weekend. It looks that way. So I don't think there's going to be that many activities. They've kind of suspended some of the activities, or kind of abbreviated some of the activities they normally have running during the Super Bowl. I.e., they have this thing called the NFL Experience, which is on a field usually just adjacent to the Super Bowl stadium. And it gives you a chance to interact with players, photographs, autographs. The card shops are there, like Tops and Upper Deck. And they show you how they make the footballs. You know, they have all sorts of corporate sponsorship stuff going on there. They usually charge you an admission to get in. And it's an all-day thing. If you have kids, they can kick field goals. They can do some of the drills on some of the same equipment NFL players do, and it's a fun celebration of the game. And the thing I found was that this year they're going to do it a little bit different. They're not doing any meet and greets with players, and they're going to have something like that, but it's going to be set up like this on a public Zoom, where you get to ask the player questions and so forth. And it's going to be more socially distanced, and it's going to be there's no charge this year though. But I used to, whenever the Super Bowl was in Tampa, Jacksonville, Miami, I would go just for that event, just before the Super Bowl, because that was a big deal to me, to go and be around it. I didn't have to pay $5,000 for my ticket or whatever. I just wanted to kind of go there and be around it. But a very abbreviated thing this year. Very interesting. But here, I have a couple more questions for you here that are outside the props. These are questions about general Super Bowl knowledge. So this will be a blast, because I know how much you love football, Mike. Okay, ready?
Go.
Tom Brady has won 6 Super Bowls. Which player has the second most Super Bowl wins?
Montana.
No, that would be Charles Haley, defensive lineman, played with the Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
So that was back like in the 90s.
Right. When the Cowboys had that small run, the 92 to 95.
Yeah. Well, that's because they got a lot of draft picks from Herschel Walker. They traded him to Minnesota, and they gave up like their entire draft. So they got some good players.
Herschel Walker from the New Jersey Generals?
Yes, that same Herschel Walker went to play for the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys traded him to Minnesota and got a king's ransom for him. It was incredible. Yeah, I'm going to have to spare you on some of these in the interest of time, because they're very specific. But let me find another one here. Let's see. To answer your question here we go. Let's see. Who is the only Super Bowl MVP from a losing team? You're never
Wow.
gonna. There was one.
Is it a name I would know?
No, it's Chuck Howley from Super Bowl V. So I think you and I were 5 years old because I think the first Super Bowl was in '66.
Wow.
So yeah, you wouldn't have known that. Let's see. There are a couple other easy ones here, I think, or easier. Which city has hosted the most Super Bowls?
My guess would be Miami.
Yes, sir. That is right. Ding, ding, ding. You scored one. You got one in the goal. Miami has hosted 11 Super Bowls, which it makes sense to me. Back then there was no Tampa team. There was no Jacksonville team.
Right.
The Pro Bowl was being played in Hawaii, and everybody wanted to go two places, one to Hawaii and one to Florida. So you had a lot of teams concentrated in the Northeast and throughout the country, and everybody goes to vacation in Florida or Hawaii.
Well, you want the best chance for good weather. You got people paying a premium price. Last thing you want to do is pay $1,800 and you end up at Giant Stadium in New Jersey with 2 feet of snow in the parking lot.
Then that did happen. They were talking about that being the case with real cold weather, and that was their tagline, like the U.S. Post Office or something, like rain, sleet, snow, or hail. They're going to play the game, and yeah, crazy.
I love watching them play football in the snow. Oh,
yeah.
It's just funny as hell. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, we don't get too much of that in Florida, and it's always curious to me when a Florida team goes and plays in the snow, because they don't get to do that often. And when they do, you want to. And there was some math behind it. There was some science behind it. For a while there, Tampa Bay hadn't won a game in
Green Bay
temperature less than 28 degrees.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was my concern with them going to Green Bay last week. When he went to Green Bay, they have a tough time, and yeah, it's cold. Freaking cold. It goes right through you. And I thought, you definitely have a home team advantage or a home field advantage in Green Bay, especially if you're coming from Tampa or Miami.
Yeah, no, but you take a couple other things into the equation though with the weather. A lot of these guys are, especially the bigger guys, the linemen and so forth. A lot of them are from the corn-fed or the grain-fed areas, the Midwest, the Northeast. These are big boys from Wisconsin and Michigan and places like that. So they're used to playing in the elements. So it's not a big deal when they get to the pros. And then you take a lot of these kids that when they come out of high school, they're usually coming out of Florida, Texas, or California, because that's where the best high school football in the country is, in those three places in no particular order.
Right.
These guys, and that's partially because they can play year round. They can train year round with the weather. But these guys go on to other teams in college throughout the country. Like they'll go to a school like, I don't know, somewhere in Northeast. Sometimes guys go from Florida to Rutgers or somewhere like that. So there's a lot of good football players that have that experience. So I don't think it's a big deal for snow as it used to be. I don't see the math or the science behind it either.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes total sense. And I haven't heard much about it recently. Just you used to hear a lot about it back, 20, 30 years ago. Plus with the advent or the with more dome stadiums now, you don't hear that.
Yeah.
And like, was it the Vikings? They play indoors now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They spent $1 billion in New Jersey for an outdoor stadium when they could have easily made an indoor stadium.
Well, it is what it is. That's their choices. I guess an outdoor stadium is what they wanted to play in the elements. Maybe that's part of the home field advantage. If you're coming from LA or you're coming from Florida, because there's 3 teams in Florida now. There's 3 teams. There's a handful of teams out west, including California, Arizona, Vegas. So they don't all get that weather. So yeah, I can see where it would be a difference maker, because you got to go out and you got to know how thick, how tall your cleats are, because they got interchangeable cleats for muddy fields, for tighter surfaces. Sometimes they're just wearing tennis shoes when they're on AstroTurf. So Tampa's got a natural grass surface. But with the rain, this has a flashback to the Super Bowl a few years ago when Peyton Manning led the Colts to a victory over Rex Grossman and the Bears in Miami. And it rained. It rained like hell, and they knew it was going to rain. So what he did was he practiced all week with a sopping wet ball. They kept drenching the ball in a bucket of water, and then he would throw it, or he would get the center quarterback exchange in that severe wet condition. So he had practiced in it all week, and that ended up being the difference for him. It's amazing. That little thing that a lot of people won't think of can be that. So I look for Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes to both prepare themselves accordingly this weekend with doing something like a Peyton Manning did with that bucket of water. I'm sure we're going to hear about that, is what I'm saying.
Right. And they're only looking at like a 40% chance of rain. So I don't know, it's only 3 hours from me, so I don't know how much latitude or longitude makes a difference in which way a storm will come in.
I always prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So yeah, if I say it's going to rain, it won't rain, and everybody listen and be like, I thought he said it was going to rain. What happened?
Yeah, well, it's the only job you can have and be wrong all the time and still keep your job.
Well, baseball player is relatively close because you only have to be right like 300%. What is it? 30% of the time if you're batting 300.
Yeah, and you don't even have to, hit it out of the ballpark. You just got to get it on the ground.
And I don't even have to play in the field. I can be the designated hitter. I can be the fat guy drinking a beer, eating a hot dog in the dugout.
All right. We're looking at 70% chance of rain here in St. Augustine tonight, 70% chance of rain tomorrow, Saturday, partly cloudy on Sunday, 71 degrees.
Nice. Well, thank you, Al Roker, for that. We are in less than a minute here. I do get the music going here. It'll probably take me a minute to get the music going. No, I think I can do it. But before I do that, I'm going to get these quick things in. Check out our Facebook page, What's Hot in Florida. Check out the Facebook page and the website. Check out the Facebook page and the website for bothmics.com. Both mics. And then what else? What else was I going to say? I had something else. You know what's going to happen? I'm not going to remember it until we're done here. But that's okay. Everybody enjoy watching the Super Bowl. Have a good time this weekend. And Mr. Taylor, it's been a pleasure as always, sir. I look forward to getting together with you again next time.